Let me make sure the mic is recording still. Okay, we're good. What's good, everyone? I'm JostenDooley. I'm a graphic designer and a self-taught calligrapher from South Florida. And 60 days ago, I made a commitment. The commitment was post consistent content across multiple platforms, which was TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, and Etsy. Did my best to make no excuses, to not have any skip days, and not have any curated highlight reel. And I wanted to say that there were days that I missed, but such is life. And just wanted to show you the real process of the work, the late nights, working a full-time job in between, the desk, the pens, and the hours. So today is day 58. I'm going to show you the real numbers, and I'm going to show you what grew, what didn't, what I'd do differently, and what this thing as a whole actually taught me about building a creative brand while working a full-time job. Now let's go ahead and get to it. No filter. Let's start with the numbers because that is what everyone wants to know. So I started YouTube at 1,525 subscribers, and then my current amount of subscribers is 1,537. That is actually a solid growth and very humbling because, you see the numbers go up and you don't think much about it. And the difference of that is actually really good. And this is from 60 days. And now with Instagram, I started at 1,155 and currently I'm at 1,153. Instagram, for me, it fluctuates. And then for TikTok, I started at 7,833 followers, and today I'm at 8,036 followers. And what really helped a lot with me was going live, continuing to build my community, and having fun with it. So now for Threads, I started at 235 and 235 followers, and my current is 238. Threads for me has been growing slow. I know I could grow faster on there if I posted rage bait, but I'm not one of those. And for Etsy, got 3 new listings added, and that is very, very good. Are those the numbers I planned for? Honestly, not at all. I would have loved to have obviously have more sales on my Etsy shop, because who doesn't love being able to create work and put it out there for people to purchase and enjoy? And with Instagram, it's very tricky. It seems like with Instagram, for growth, you got to post a certain type of content or you got to pay for exposure. And I've already discussed about Threads, but here's one thing, or I'm not just going to say one thing in particular, but here's what I learned about numbers. They are the last thing that moves, because the first thing that moves is consistency, because you have good consistency and then the quality of the content is good, and then your audience is trusting you because you're building the community of someone that is consistent, creates good content, and someone they can trust. And the numbers, they are just a reflection of all that from a compounding. And let me make sure the mic is recording still. Okay, we're good. And 60 days is just the beginning of that compound. So here's what actually worked. Number one was the Commission to Completion. Number one, the Commission to Completion series. Every episode of that, it helped me get into the right mindset of actually working on a commission project. You know, showing the real process behind client work, not the polished result, and the actual way to go about completing the project. And that content for me helped continue to build my trust. You know, that was faster than anything that I had posted. Number two, the personal videos, the day in the life, why I started calligraphy, and the honest pricing. Because every time I show the actual human part of me behind the work, it really shows that I am being the authentic version of myself. And the honest pricing breakdown, yeah, that. I know I've mentioned it about the personal videos, but yeah, the honest pricing breakdown was really a difficult video for me. And one thing I realized is that, well, not one thing. And the thing I realized is that people do not just want to watch a pen move across the paper. They want to know more about the person that is holding that pen. And number three, the Procreate time lapses. Watching a piece build from nothing to finished in under 60 seconds is the most compelling thing to create, especially with content. Because every time I posted a time lapse, I noticed a spike in engagement, and it seems as if they perform better than tutorials that I filmed. And I will definitely say, if you're a creative, film your process every time. It is your most valuable content asset. So here's what did not work, or what did not work as well as I expected. I was thinking back when I would post videos without a strong hook. This was early in the 60 days where I posted videos and I would just let the content speak for itself without something compelling in the first 3 seconds. And those videos did not perform because I realized that the hook is not optional. 3 seconds or people are gone. And then the second thing I will say is trying to post too much. And how I've mentioned early on about missing some days because of life, and there were weeks where the content I felt was forced instead of me creating content. And I don't know about y'all, but you could always tell when content is forced and it doesn't look like the person is having fun. And then realizing that quality over quantity is not a saying, it's a strategy. And then one thing, number three, what I'm still getting better at doing is directing people to my Etsy shop, which link is in the description, and my website, JostenDooley.com, often enough, because I made the assumption of that people would find the shop on their own, but they do not. You got to tell people every single video, every single post, direct the traffic always. The biggest lesson from 60 days of building this, discipline becomes style. I lettered that quote for a reason. When I started this 60-day commitment, my goal was followers, views, and sales. I realized quickly it is not. The goal was the discipline, because here's what happens when you post consistently, or let me not say post, when you show up consistently for 60 days, your content gets better, your eye gets sharper, your voice gets clearer, and your hand gets more confident. The discipline trains you. Nipsey built the Marathon store. He didn't build it because he knew it would become an institution. He built it because showing up every day was the practice. Larry June does not drop music to go viral. He drops music because making music is his work. And Westside Gunn does not design album covers to win awards. He designs them because the aesthetic is the practice. Pray for Paris and many of the other albums from him. Actually, edit out that Westside Gunn part. I'm gonna do another one right now. And Westside Gunn does not design album covers to win awards. He designs them because the aesthetic is the practice. So 60 days taught me that building JostenDooley.com is not about the destination. It's about who I'm becoming in the process of building it. The discipline becomes the style. The discipline becomes the style. The discipline becomes the style. That is the whole lesson. So what comes next? The 60-day ends on day 60, but the work does not. So here's what I'm going to be building towards: more commission to completion episodes, because that series will be able to drive in real commissions and real revenue. I'm gonna have more Etsy drops because the shop is always gonna need consistent work to grow. Well, consistent new work. More calligraphy and design tutorials, because teaching is one of the fastest ways to grow an audience that trusts you to buy. And more honest content, because the videos where I showed up as a real person building a real thing on the side of a full-time job, these are the videos that made people hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, so on and so forth. Not the polished pieces, just the honest ones. JostenDooley.com is the home base, and my platforms are the reach, the craft. The craft is my product. The marathon continues. That is 60 days of building in public. The real numbers: what worked, what didn't, and what comes next. If you've been following this journey from the start, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I see you. The support is real, and y'all know, or if you do not know, I do not take it lightly. And if you're finding this channel for the first time, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. New video every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The commission info and everything I make is at JostenDooley.com. The Etsy shop link is in the description below. I'm Josten. The marathon continues. I see you on day 60.